What's up, Slam Dancers? Today on Slam Dance with Krystine 16, we have the usual Tyler Kasch of Tear Out the Heart and Hard Loss. So, dude, how's things going, man? We're catching up here. You're talking about you just went on the Warped Tour cruise for your anniversary, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so how was that, man? Tell us about that experience and the cool bands that you saw and shit.
Dude, it was awesome. It's been a crazy month. You know, we went on the cruise celebrating my 2-year anniversary with my wife. And we hung out the Story of the Year guys, got to kick it with those guys, and caught some cool bands, and just kicked it on a boat. It was pretty fun. It was awesome.
Oh yeah, you get to perform with a Story Untold, right? For like a split second or so.
Yeah, no, it's dude, that's like my favorite Story of the Year song, like period. So I've been like slightly leaving breadcrumbs for Dan, like, yo, let me come up eventually, and I was like, dude, we're on a boat, we're out in the middle of nowhere drunk, and he's like, dude, you don't need to fucking come up. So it was fun, it was a blast, I had a good time.
What song was it?
It's off their second record, it's called Is This My Fate?
Awesome, dude.
It's a super cool song, and it's got a great message. It's about, minority rights and gay rights and stuff like that. So it's not only is it a heavy hitter, but it's got a good message.
Of course, man. And a lot of people are starting to learn or don't know yet that you have another band besides Tear Out the Heart. You're doing a pop punk band now, Hard Loss, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So what's going on with that, man? You guys got any releases out? What should people check out?
Well, we basically decided to do the band for fun. Want to play some gigs while Tear Out the Heart was writing and recording new music. It's not like I say it's on the back burner, because it's not necessarily on the back burner, but we're finishing up the writing so that we can go and record an EP. So there's no rush, just whenever we wind up getting it done, there'll probably be an EP out like sometime in the spring. Probably around the same time we get things completely laid out for talk. So there'll be a lot of new music for me early next year, for sure.
How long have you been into pop punk? Because most people see you as a metalcore guy. I mean, I don't know if you realize it, but you're kind of like the fatherly figure of these local metalcore bands of St. Louis. I'm sure you see it a little bit. It's pretty popular. Everyone loves Tear Out the Heart, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know about everybody, but I love metal. It always have a special place in my heart. I can connect with people through metal music like I could. No other thing in my entire life connects quite like that. But I grew up with, Green Day. Dookie was the first record I ever bought. Blink-182, New Found Glory, Rancid, NoFX, all that stuff. Early on, just skateboarding with my friends, listening to punk rock. So it was always kind of an end game goal to be in a punk rock band eventually. It's just, Tear Out the Heart, you got picked up back in 2013, and we've been touring and releasing albums, and that kind of became further and further of a possibility. So after we took a little break to write new music, I was like, okay, well, fuck it. I'm just going to do a band for fun, and got together with some buddies, and it's been a good time.
Yeah. Ryan Coyle's in the band. Now, how long have you been friends with him?
I've known Ryan for a couple years now, and I've been talking to him and Adam about starting some sort of punk rock project for about a year. Just drunkenly, randomly account it. We'd just be kicking it. We're like, oh, well, we should do this. And then they've got their other band, The Former Me. I'm good friends with my buddy Devin, which actually you might remember Devin. He was in a band called Fear the Skies. They were a metalcore band, kind of like crabcore-ish, back in the day, way back. And so he's only been in metal bands. I've only been in metal bands. So it was a big transition for us to do something new. With those dudes, and then our buddy Chad, who's in a band called Strikes Back as well. So it's kind of like a local super group.
Right on, man. But okay, let's get to Tear Out the Heart now. You guys have just put out a new single, man, and it is a killer track. Could you tell the viewers what the name of the track is and why they should check it out?
It's called Up for Days. I fucking love it. We're all really extremely proud of it. It's been the first thing we've released in 2.5 years since Dead Everywhere, which we were not exactly happy with the end game of that. So I would say listen to this, because I think it's the best Tear Out the Heart song that's to date. So I think it's the definitive sound. I think it's what represents the band, and yeah, you should listen to it.
Right on, man. Is Tear Out the Heart going to have any cool tours, shows coming up anytime soon?
Yes. By the time I'm sure this goes live, it'll be announced. But this Friday, we're announcing that we're going to be playing at the Firebird on December 22nd. With
the annual Tear Out the Heart Christmas shows,
yes,
man.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So is Slipknot Claus or
Slipknot Santa making an appearance this year, guys?
I think he should. I think he should. Yeah, we're making it an annual thing. You know, it's an awesome time of year. All of our friends and family are in. You know, everyone's done shopping, wrapping presents. You know, they want to have a couple beers, come headbang.
And there's always pizza there, right?
Yeah, no, we'll do that again. We'll kick it. We'll do the VIP with the pizza. We'll get together, have some beers, get ready for Christmas. It's a good time. Yeah, we're doing it. We got Final Drive supporting.
Oh, Final Drive might be playing as well?
They'll be playing as well, and a band called For the City. So those will be the two supporting bands. We may or may not add another one, but we're going to keep it very simple. It's in a smaller room. This time we normally do the Ready Room. We're doing Firebird to kind of tone it down a little bit and pack the place.
That's kind of cool you guys are playing with Final Drive, because like you were my first interview and they're like my third interview, man. So that's kind of cool you guys are on the same bill now.
Jordan's awesome. He's
really
such a great
man.
dude. And that band is very, they're the perfect band to play with for us because they're very underappreciated as well. I always say that we're, you know, kind of like the metalcore underdogs of the community. Shit luck, just overlooked, you know, anything. And I think that they kind of have similar scenario. You know what I'm saying? I think that they're at the point where they deserve more attention too. So I think it's gonna be perfect.
So Tear Out the Heart, you guys are gonna be having a new release soon, right?
Yes. Also, by the time that people are seeing this video, we're going to be announcing that we have launched a crowdfunding campaign to people because we're actually DIY now. We're no longer with Victory. This is the first time we've been independent artists for 5 years. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Now we can stop those rumors, guys.
Yeah. No, it's no hard feelings for Victory. You know, I'm happy. I'm very stoked with what we did. But this is a new possibility for us to interact with our fans like we've never been able to before. You know, we're in full control of our merch store. We're in full control of when we want to drop new music. We're in complete control of our artistic integrity. And yeah, we can do whatever we want. So what we want to do is we want to get an EP out sooner than later because it's been way too long. So we dropped that single. It's called Up for Days. And we launched this Kickstarter, or depending on when this drops, it'll be around that time. And we're gonna do exclusive things like we're dropping an exclusive 7-inch that's gonna have Up for Days and then a B-side on the other side. It's gonna be limited to only campaign contributors. We have props that we're gonna have from all of our music videos that are gonna be part of the perks as well. It's just exciting. It's cool. Like, you know, it's seeing Story of the Year do it and taking a page from their book and really connecting with their fans with this new record that they got coming out, which is amazing, by the way. So check it out. It's called Wolves. I think it comes out in December. So seeing them, and we just saw how well they did with it, and we're like, okay, well, that makes the most sense for us. So we're gonna roll with that and put out that record and then get out on the road early next year in support of it.
Right on. So you guys are hoping the tour? How big of a tour are you guys hoping to get?
Oh, we'll be everywhere, man. We've been so quiet for like, you know,
it really has been quiet, man.
Yeah.
Everyone was talking like, is Tear Out the Heart still a band? Like, you guys disappeared on us and just went black. Literally went black.
We did that on purpose. Obviously, we did it on purpose. We knew we were going to have a new record coming out. We got off the road from last December with for the Blood on the Dance Floor.
Yeah. How
Farewell.
was that tour actually?
It was a blast. You know, like we were playing in front of kids that would have never came to a Tear Out the Heart show, like ever. I'm sure that we scared a lot of people. More than likely, I think we scared a lot more people than they latched on. But it was still fun. It was a great time. We got off the road and we were just like, look, we don't have any new material. It's time to do a new album. After communicating back and forth with the label for about a year, we just decided to go our separate ways to do this the right way because we wanted things to be. We wanted to go like a darker, heavier route. And it just made sense to go the DIY route and go back to our roots. So
that's really cool because it is a nicer connection than getting together.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like being on a label's got its perks. It's awesome. Like I said, I'm forever thankful for what we've done. It just didn't make any sense for the progression of our band. And right now it's kind of a weird middle area where we're transforming over to the band that we're going to be for the rest of our careers. And so it makes sense to kind of go back to our roots. You know, touch base with all those people that have supported us over the years, give them this awesome EP that we're really proud of, and then hope people latch on to the change.
Dude, awesome, man. Now, let's talk about Tear Out the Heart a little bit more. Let's go back into the early days, man. When did Tear Out the Heart start? And when did the Tear Out the Heart name come?
Okay, so, 2011? Flashback to 2011. It kind of started as an idea between me and our guitar player, Josh. We're still in the band. We're the only two members that are original founding members.
Did you ever play in any bands with Josh beforehand?
Yeah. There was a transformation from it. Some of you out there, I know he knows. I brought the record for him. He's stoked. He's beyond pumped.
It's still in the package, man. This thing's like how old, man? Like,
dude, it's old. It's what, like 10 years old?
Yeah, do something like that.
Yeah,
man.
It's a relic. It's a relic. It belongs in a trash can, really. But or it could, we were in an old band called Novella, and we did some cool things and got to make music together for several years. And then when it came time to just move on, him and I decided to start this new project, which eventually became Tear Out the Heart. We did 2 EPs before signing to Victory. Signed to Victory in 2013. Did 2 full-length records with them. Toured the U.S., toured Canada, and now here we are. And we're not done. We're not ready to be done. We still feel like there's a lot to be said. There's a lot of great times to be had. And so now we're just going to make up for this past year that we've been writing and recording with shows and just fucking music videos and content and just last night we did a Q&A. Like, we just want to make sure that we're making up for lost time and really taking this DIY thing straight to heart. And I think that that's going to be the key to success with what we're doing.
Right on, man. So, how many years have you been making music? Like, how many years have you been doing it for? When did you decide you wanted to be a vocalist?
Well, dude, I've wanted to be in a band since I was since I didn't even know what a band was. Like, there's pictures of me on Halloween when I'm like 3 years old with a guitar in my hand. I've always thought being in a band was awesome. I always thought music was such a cool thing. Growing up, my uncle, like I said prior to this interview, had a huge influence on me. He was a big metalhead. Cannibal Corpse, Pantera, White Zombie, all of that. And so I grew up with that and always knew I loved the metal lifestyle. Always thought it was kind of cool. Flash forward a little bit, I was never really the cool kid in school. I was always the kid that people picked on, threw shit at on the bus. I was never really hip with any of those kids at all through my middle school years. And I remember that was like when, this is before emo was even coined, right? This was like, you were the goth kids, right?
All right.
So I was part of the goth crew, and then then I discovered bands like early Victory bands like Thursday and
The Autumn Off.
Well, yeah, I've never really listened to them. I remember that name.
Dude, they kick ass, dude.
Yeah. Well, maybe I'll have to go back. Comeback Kid. Yeah, and all that stuff like Taking Back Sunday, Thursday. All those Thrice, all those bands kind of pushed forward this emo movement.
I didn't remember. They were on Victory as well, man.
Yeah. This is before even them, honestly.
Oh shit.
Yeah, this is a long time ago. So that transformed into that, but once again, I was never really the cool kid in school. So I started going to shows. Started checking out early Under Oath shows, early Norma Jean, Every Time I Die.
Under Oath, man. What's your favorite Under Oath track?
Oh man, probably what the first record or the first song off of Define the Great Line.
All right,
that's
man.
a good one. They're all great. They're all great.
It's cool because I've seen you perform on the same stage, opening up for Spencer's band, Sleepwave. On this Devil Wears Prada Zombie EP tour. The best Devil Wears Prada tour I have ever seen, guys. And I've seen the Devil Wears Prada 15 times. But going back to where
they killed it. They killed it. It was a lot of fun. So I started a band because I thought the community was cool. I wanted to be a part of the, the post-hardcore community, like metalcore. And and ever since, and we're talking, I was 15, and so about 15 years now. I've been in the St. Louis scene. I've been playing shows, Creepy Crawl, Mississippi Nights.
Mad Magician, man, missed that place. It was purple. The purple concert venue's gone, man. That was beautiful.
I miss the Mad Magician. We had some good times, especially all the Toth shows. All the headlining Tear Out the Heart shows there were awesome. Catching, playing with Scouts Honor was always awesome. It was always a blast. I do miss that place. But I'm hoping with this December 22nd show we haven't played a room really that small, probably since the Mad Magician. So like, or since we played there with Whitechapel.
Oh yeah, man, hell yeah.
I think so. It'll be good to be in a room that size again. Like I think the energy will come back and it'll feel like a Mad Magician night. I feel like.
Awesome, man, awesome. Well, we'll finish this up shortly for you, man. Unless there's anything else you want to talk about real quick?
Yeah, I mean, I want to thank you guys so much for, supporting us over these years and these changes. Change is never easy. It hasn't been easy for us either. We are still proud of our past, but we're extremely stoked on this new record, this new material. So I hope people come out, they sing along, and I hope people latch on to it because I'm really stoked on it. I think Up for Days is a big step forward for us as a band. I think that it's a good progression, and I'm really pumped on it. And I'm really pumped on the other songs that we got. At this upcoming show, we're gonna play multiple new songs. It'll be a banger.
Right on, man. Well, I actually figured out another question I want to ask you. What does the St. Louis music scene mean to you?
What does the St. Louis music scene to me? Dude, it means everything, honestly. Like, for a while I thought like eventually I would kind of like phase myself out or, get into some other stuff. Because, I'm also really into hockey. I play hockey, super into video games. I play video games, YouTube blog. I don't do it near as often as you do, but I try, I do a lot of stuff. I'm a busy guy. I keep myself busy. So I thought eventually I would kind of step away. And I thought it would get easier, but it's gotten harder. The scene has its awesome moments and it has its not so awesome moments, but ultimately it's a home. And I think that if all the bands kind of come together and we make this our home, our community, like the community that I fell in love with when I was not the cool kid in school and I wanted to have somewhere that I could hang out and be accepted, if we could go back to that mentality, it'll flourish and it'll grow. And it'll be cool to watch it grow. Because, if I'm being honest right now, it's not growing right now. Well, on top of that, we're losing a lot of bands. A lot of bands are breaking up, calling it quits way too early. It's just not easy. It's really hard to be in a band and give your all and put yourself on a pedestal in front of people, a stage, if you will, and people are going to judge you. They're going to throw their input in. And, right now the world is a very judgmental, very dark, very terrible place. Like we've seen brighter days for sure, and actually that's actually kind of tied into the new single. That's what Up 4 Days is actually about. It's about laying in bed at night, can't sleep, it's 4 a.m. and you're staring at your ceiling, and you just know that the world around you is just coming crashing down, and like you wish that you could just grab some tools and just piece it back together and fix it right then and there, but you can't because there's only so much that you can do. So in a way, you kind of have to watch your world get destroyed, sit it out, and know when the right time is to step in, fix it, build it back together, and build it up bigger than ever. And that's what Up for Days is about. And the world right now is very dark. It's very depressing, and we're unfortunately gonna have to sit back and watch it destroy itself. And then when all of that is said and done, then we're going to have to come together and we're going to have to build it up bigger and greater than it ever has been. And not only can that apply to the world, but it can apply to the music industry, it can apply to our local scene. And, Tear Out the Heart is looking forward to being an entity to help build and to bring this scene together and build it up bigger than it ever has been.
Of course, man. All right. Well, we have one last question for you. Metallica or Slipknot?
I was waiting for an awesome question. I was waiting for the goofy one. There's always the goofy one. Man, that's a really hard question. That's way too hard. But I love both bands, so I'm going to say what I like about both.
All right, let's do it.
Because anybody that can give you an honest answer between Slipknot and Metallica, they're lying. They can't give you an answer. Without Metallica, we don't have Slipknot, right?
Of course.
That's obvious. I think Slipknot has put out more records that I get behind than Metallica has, but the Metallica records that I love are timeless. I mean, I think Metallica is always like on the top 100 Billboard charts. Like,
Dude, I just got to check Metallica out for the first time at Busch Stadium over the summer, man. It was fucking
I was there. It was unreal.
Dude, I think all three of us, the cameraman and us, were all there.
that's
Dude,
awesome.
One was the best song I've ever seen performed live, man. The laser show for that, the production for that was just phenomenal, man. But going back,
No, that's amazing. I was there too. Busch Stadium, Metallica.
June 4th, what an amazing day.
It was great. It was raining. It was raining the whole time. It was badass. It was
Mars
great.
Org had to make a tent, and remember the Mars
Yeah.
Org? They just set a tent up over him. That was funny as shit.
Yeah.
But
Classic Lars. Yeah, dude. But Slipknot at the same time, man. I remember 1999, self-titled Slipknot came out. And I saw him on Ozfest with.
we actually got to check out the Ozfest.
Oh yeah, dude.
How old were you when you checked that out?
10, 11.
Like, that was
somewhere
the
around there.
greatest metal festival at that time.
Dude,
period, man.
I saw. Dude, I'm not even kidding. That year. Now, whether it was the same Ozfest or it was very similar in time, within a year or two, I saw Slipknot and Mudvayne, like on their original, like on their first albums. I saw Pantera. It was the last time they ever came to St. Louis before Dimebag died, which was insane. Man, there was all kinds of great bands that played, and it was just so badass to like be able to catch that. Oh, I saw Black Sabbath.
Oh, hell yeah,
I saw
dude.
Black Sabbath. So, because like a
Those
lot
are
of
the godfathers of metal, man.
yeah,
Like,
no, it's cool to be able to see you saw them too, because a lot of times it's just Ozzy and he'll come out, which is cool. But yeah, Black Sabbath did the tour that year. So, so Slipknot will always have a special place in my heart. Definitely when it comes to Tear Out the Heart, like I would say it was a way major influence. So yeah, they both win, man. Metallica and Slipknot. But if I have to throw in a third contender, I'm gonna have to say Pantera, because Pantera is like my all-time. That's like my all-time favorite. One of my all-time favorite bands. Definitely one of my all-time favorite metal bands, and definitely always got the music going on when I'm barbecuing. Like, if you're not barbecuing and listening to Pantera, you're fucking up. Absolutely.
That's how it is, man. Alrighty, we got Tyler Kasch of Tear Out the Heart and Hard Loss. Be sure to check out Tear Out the Heart's new upcoming release, as well as an upcoming Christmas show at the Firebird. Alrighty, Slam Dancers, you had it all, and we are out. Woo!